Welcome back, everyone. I'm going to start a new series that's going to be repairing a rubber bumper, and it's probably going to be maybe 4 or 5 different parts. So let me show you what I'm working with. I've got a late model Subaru bumper here, and I've got a hole in here. We got a puncture through this. This goes all the way through. These aren't too complicated to do. And we've got a pretty good rip in here. It's separated about 8 inches, maybe 10 inches. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. We'll get to that later. And I'll probably do some tab repairs on this bumper. But for this video, let me show you what I'm going to do. On this lower corner of this bumper, it's dented in here and it's going to be stretched. This is basically unrepairable because it has this pattern to it that can't be repaired. It almost looks like carbon fiber you see on a hood, but it's just imprinted. This bumper isn't repairable as far as that texture goes, but it's the same principle of trying to get this dent out, getting everything flattened out here. It's got a Torr tab right here. We may fix that, but this is a pretty simple, pretty basic repair here. All right, what I'm going to do here is take my heat gun, start heating this whole area up, and then I'll get behind it and start working it, pushing on it. And I'm going to use hammers and dollies on this, so I want to find a rounded surface. It's not going to put any sharp gouges in here, straighten this line out. But we can almost work this just like sheet metal. We'll get it hot and we can form it with a hammer and dolly, whatever it takes to get it in shape. And I'm going to get it nice and warm. Now you got to watch, you can get it too hot and you can actually melt it. But I'll start putting a little bit of heat on the front, but most of the heat's going to be put on the back side of it. That way, being this bumper is curved, that heat stays up in there. If you're just heating the top side, a lot of the heat will just dissipate. Okay, keep your heat gun close by because I'm going to push this out. Oh, that can actually come out pretty good. But we've got all these knots in here now I'm going to work on. As it cools down, you want to reheat it. I'm just going to use the handle on this hammer. And I'm pushing on it right in this area. I'm going to try and get that to stretch back up. It's kind of the same principle as using a pick hammer and a dolly on a metal panel. We can watch our progress. We can see where the pressure is being applied. Okay, I want to put a little more heat on it. And it's got a crease right here from where that was folded down. So I want to get this area pushed up and do a little hammering on here. Yeah, it's got a buckle running right through here, just like an eyebrow on a metal panel. So I'm going to put my dolly behind here and hammer this down. I'm taking the dolly and I'm holding it right under here, and I'm going to use the face of the hammer to massage that down and get that buckle flattened out. And you can put quite a bit of heat on these bumpers. Actually, you should get it where you can't hardly hold your hand on there. Now it cools off pretty quick, but you don't want to get it too hot where it starts to melt. And this dolly, being it's cold metal, it's kind of sucking the heat out of it. So you can work it for a minute or two and then put some more heat back on it. The sharpest bend on this bumper was right here, and you actually work it like it's metal where you have to relieve the stress. So I want to make sure I get this inside area heated up real good, and that'll relax it and help this come out. If I didn't put enough heat back behind here, this is going to keep that dent kind of locked in. So this will relieve the stress in it. Actually, it feels pretty good. It's still got an eyebrow right through here. But as it cools, it can form back to have a little bit of dent in it. So you usually have to go back and forth a few times, let it one part cool off while you're working on something else, and then come back and recheck it. Right there, it's still a little dented, and then an eyebrow. So I'm going to keep heating on that and working on it. Using my hammer handle to push right on this crease. I want to stretch that back up into place. I'm going to push on the back side in this area with the dolly, and then I want to use the face of the hammer to work that eyebrow down. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to work on this bottom lip here. Now these are kind of tough to get because there's really no support. You can get them close, but luckily they're underneath the car, you don't see them. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this nice and hot, and I've got a little piece of some angle iron here. I'm going to clamp that on there while it's hot with these vice grip clamps here, flat surface on both sides, and then let that cool, and that'll take most of that out of there. It won't be 100%, but it'll look a lot better. And by flattening that out, it pushes the bumper where it's supposed to be, because right now it's got it folded in this way. Let me get this heated up and we'll get it clamped. I'm going to let that sit for a little bit until it cools down. But I'm going to put a little more heat on here, relieve some of the stress that this is going to put in it by flattening it out. All right, I'm going to let that sit and cool down completely. I'll take the clamps off and we'll see how it looks. It's actually not bad. It come out pretty flat. The tab can be repaired. Feels pretty good in here, but there's still an eyebrow, a little crown right there. So I'm going to heat that up, work on that some more. And then what I'm going to do, once I got it where I think it's good enough, I'll take 80 grit on the DA and I'm going to sand this down. If you take a little bit more time and do all your straightening, this probably wouldn't need any filler material on it. There's enough material on this bumper to keep working it down, floating the DA over it, finish out all the high and low spots, and it's ready to paint. Although, like I said, this can't be repaired because it's got a texture, but we're going to treat it as a painted bumper. All right, I'm going to hold the dolly behind it right in here and work on that eyebrow. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool off, and I'm gonna take some 80 grit on a DA, sand over this, and see how it looks. Okay, you could see when I started sanding on this, you could actually see the high and low spots, and you can still see a little bit of that eyebrow right here by just floating that DA over it. It'll work everything out pretty nice. So I'm going to finish this up here, and I think we'll be done. All right, I am 100% satisfied with that repair. I can't feel anything. Come out really nice. Okay, anytime you can get by without using a filler material in the bumper, the better. Now, this would just be, if this was a painted surface, you'd continue on with either 120, go to 220, prime it, and paint, and you're done. This bottom edge doesn't need any repair other than that little tab is torn. That's no big deal there. Okay, who'd have ever thought? Hammer and dolly on a rubber bumper. You probably only see it on my channel. Thanks for watching.